Ever feel like you've been doing all the things, affirmations, visualization, scripting, maybe you've tried robotic affirming and it's not working for you, and you kind of have this inkling, this feeling that this technique really is working for other people. They've got so much conviction when they tell you about it, right? But it's not working for you, because what if I told you it's not your affirmations that are broken, it's your system that is faulty. You've been trying to manifest from the mind, but your subconscious thinks that it's not safe. So it's always blocking you from those big breakthroughs in your journey to manifesting your dream life. Some fundamental information that I want to share with you in this video that can change the whole game for you. Hi, my name's Virginia. I'm a shadow work and manifestation coach, and I also help conscious entrepreneurs break through their abundance blocks with the power of shadow work. And in this video, I want to share with you why manifestation doesn't work for you. Or perhaps you're finding in certain areas manifestation does work and in other areas it doesn't. So I'm going to introduce you to my little stick figure here. Let's call him Joe. And we're just going to give him this kind of body because it's going to help us. And so Joe, he's doing so much. He's programming. Let's just make the top of his head like a bowl. He's programming in with affirmations, scripting, visualization, yeah, and all the other manifestation techniques, right? But what Joe has already got inside of him is loads of programming from 0 to 7 years old. And this programming at the moment is blocks, energy blocks. And this can be like trauma from childhood, maybe being overly criticized as a child, being told that you got it wrong at school. Perhaps your sibling was always better than you at all of the things and they got all of the praise. Perhaps you didn't have one parent around. And so this could be the relationship beliefs, the money beliefs, physical appearance beliefs, right? And so you might do, say, for example, there's no energetic block with regards to relationships because Joe had a mum and dad, that had a harmonious relationship and everything worked out well in that era of his parents' lives. So they left him this space for his affirmations to program in. So when he does robotic affirming with regards to relationships, he's able to manifest his dream life. But money, career, maybe he has got a little bit of a belly, physical appearance. Maybe he learned from his mum limiting beliefs about food. Maybe from his dad in money areas. His dad was always overworking and told him that money was the root of all evil. And so Joe can do all of the affirmations he wants in the world, but until he clears these energetic blocks, they're not going to make a difference. It's not that your affirmations don't work. It's that you're not reprogramming your nervous system. So how do we clear these blocks? My first top tip for you to overcome manifestation not working for you is your shadow work. Now, there's many ways that we can clear these energetic blocks. You can use Reiki healing, you can use journaling, you can use inner child meditation. I have my own specific technique that I share with my clients called Quantum Ho'oponopono. And what you'll find is the more that you have the courage to clear these energetic blocks, the more effective your manifestation techniques are going to be. So what's the second reason that manifestation doesn't work for you? Let's get Joe back. He's doing robotic affirming. And he's like, yeah, I'm so excited for my manifestations to come through. And he's maybe doing a money affirmation. Yeah. And he's doing robotic affirming. If you've heard of the technique, is to recite the affirmation many, many, many times per day. And so every time that he recites that affirmation, he's done some shadow work, so he's got loads of space in there, and he's getting these plus signs, right? Positive programming entering into his field, entering in, money loves me. But Joe hasn't really done that much meditation in life, and his power of concentration isn't so great. So Joe easily gets distracted. Yeah, his mind is just wandering, and so often his mind gets distracted, and then he's on his old habitual thinking patterns about money without even realizing it. And maybe 5-10 minutes have passed and he's been worrying about money, but he hasn't even had the conscious awareness to be able to observe that he's worrying about money, right? And so if you don't have the conscious awareness, if you have not trained your mind to be observant, you could do all the money loves me affirmations you like, but in all of those times throughout your day where your mind wanders and it just goes on to its old thinking habits, because our brains, right, they have neurological pathways that are created through repetition so that the brain doesn't have to work so hard to function. And so if you've had a life of worrying about money, that's your default. Even if you do energetic reprogramming, even if you do shadow work, you have to then saturate your mind and retrain it. Another little top tip for you, microdosing mushrooms is really good for creating new neural pathways in your brain. And that will help you with your reprogramming. But as you can see here, he's canceling out his positive programming because he's doing the affirmation, but also when he's not observant, he's affirming basically in the opposite. And so he just stays stuck. He's like, yeah, I'm doing it. And then nothing happens and he can't figure out why. And it's because overall he needs to be more observant. This is being mindful in the moment, but the best way to train yourself to do that is meditation. Second way that we're going to get manifestation to work for us, right? So what's the third way? What's the main reason that what's the third main reason that Joe isn't able to manifest what he wants? I'll break it down for you. And this is the one called the mirror principle. And so the mirror principle is Joe. He's done his programming inside. Let's say he's got observant. He's done his shadow work, right? He's been doing his meditation practice. He's like, yeah, let's go. I should be manifesting it. Where's my money, right? I've done all this positive programming. I've done loads of shadow work. I feel like I'm not getting triggered as much anymore, right? Being triggered can be a sign that you need to do more shadow work. So he's feeling I'm not triggered, I'm peaceful, feeling aligned, I'm feeling high vibration. Joe's like, yeah, let's go. I've got loads of these pluses on the inside. Money loves me. I've been programming it in. I've been doing my robotic affirming. I've been doing my scripting, my visualization, whatever practice you want to do to program it into your being, into your subconscious, right? But what Joe is not doing, and this is our mirror principle, this is the mirror. And at the moment, his mirror, external reality, is still reflecting back his old identity. Why? Because Joe has not asked himself, what does the version of Joe do when money loves him? Does he still not invest in opportunities? Does he still say to his friends that ask him to be a partner in a new business, oh no, it's too risky? Or does he take the risk, right? What does Joe do when he gets up in the morning? Is he scrolling social media or is he working on his projects and ideas? Is Joe taking consistent action in his life to create the mirror principle of him being the identity of the person where money loves him and he loves money? And this also could be his spending habits, right? His saving habits, the people that he hangs around with. And so if we can't act as if, without having the evidence first, of the mirror has to be foggy first. We won't see it in the external reality first. We have to start acting as if money loves us, or Joe has to start acting as if he loves money and money loves him and he has nothing to fear with his relationship to money. And then he starts to see it reflected in the external reality. Suddenly, money starts to flow into his life way easier, right? Because he started acting like he already has it. Now, we could take any of these in isolation and say, oh no, that technique doesn't work for me, right? It's happened to me in my life so many times, right? Especially with the affirmations, right? When I first had my spiritual awakening, I was doing loads of affirmations and I got some breakthroughs, but not in other areas of my life. And it was because I wasn't utilizing these things in combination. If you can't utilize all of these things in combination, you're not going to see the big breakthroughs. There's going to be certain areas of your life that never shift because sometimes our internal programming, it has to be rebooted. We have to change the past basically with our shadow work, but we also have to have a very observant mind. And this is more about spiritual practice. The reason the ancient yogis did a lot of meditation, did a lot of clearing of the energy bodies, is because overall, then the external reality starts to manifest for you on default, amazing, miraculous things. But it's in this combination of reprogramming. Doesn't matter what technique you use overall, as long as it's making you feel good and it's reprogramming your subconscious mind. But if there's no space for the reprogramming to enter, you're still not going to see the big shift. If you're stuck, it's not because manifestation doesn't work for you, it's because your energy is ready to go deeper. And you have to see manifestation like a spiritual identity, a new way of living every single moment of your life, not just a technique that you slap on here and there. This is a way of being, this is a way of life. We don't want the surface level, I'm worthy stuff. What we need is to go deeper with our internal practices. If you are ready to go deeper into shadow work, you can check out my course Shadow Alchemy below, and I also have a free shadow work kit that you can also download. All right, beautiful light being, I hope this video helped you. I'll see you on the next one. Namaste.